y'all! Some of you might have seen earlier that I did this video and then deleted it and am redoing it. That's because I kind of messed up on a little part of it, so I'm gonna just go ahead and reshoot it. So if you did see it earlier, you're only missing a little bit that I didn't put in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do the good one. That way I get it out of my head and it stops driving me nuts. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Star, and I do have my YouTube backdrop over here. I know a lot of you guys do know that I do YouTube. I have a YouTube channel dedicated to tarot reviews and teaching tarot, so that is what's going on back here. I know no one else has their backdrop except for Rose, but we're doing Meet the Admins videos, so we're all super excited to meet you guys because you guys are constantly seeing us and hearing from us, but you guys don't really know who we are, so this is just a little thing for you guys to get to know us. So we do have a list here of 20 questions, okay, so hang with me. I know it might be a little bit hard to get through, especially if you've seen the other ones, if you're trying to watch them all back to back or something. I wouldn't recommend that, but if you want to, why not? So the first one here, first question is, do you have a witchy name? And I technically don't, but I did put down here Star because my real name is Desiree, but I do really hate that name. I've always hated it. So for the past 5 years, I've started going by Star. And ever since I found a name that I really liked and was comfortable going by and found the confidence to tell people that that was my name, I felt that I can be more of my true authentic self. So I do go by Star. It's nothing cool like Crystal Raven or something like that, but I don't particularly have a witchy name. Second question, where are you located? San Diego, California, US of A. How long have you been practicing and do you follow a certain path? So I'd say I've been practicing for about the past 2 years, like really dedicated the past couple of years, and just kind of finding my footing as a Christian witch. So I was raised very Catholic. I did switch over to Christianity in my adult life, was baptized Christian, and then ended up getting into magic. Started finding myself in magic and really accepting that I am a witch, and I am still a big Christian. I'm always going to be a Christian, so I do identify as a Christian witch, but I also identify as a sea witch, celestial witch, green witch, white witch, what have you. So if we had name tags, mine would be kind of ridiculous. What is your favorite stone or crystal? I brought them over here this time. The first time I didn't bring them, but this one I have is my Lemurian quartz, and this is my favorite crystal out of the ones that I have because I can, first of all, this stone always vibrates like when I hold it, but I can feel the history and the knowledge of this stone. For some reason, when I have other crystals, I only feel the energy that comes from them, but I can feel history and knowledge in this stone, and I use it a lot in my practice, all the time, for everything. I love this stone so much. Also, I do have a piece of black kyanite that I always carry with me because Rose gave it to me and it means a whole lot. And usually opalite is my favorite stone, so that's why I've got these opalite plugs here. Anything opalite I am always drawn to. The next question is, do you have any deities? No, I do not, and I think that is because I am a Christian witch, but I do not believe what most Christians do, that there is that one true God. I do believe in a lot of gods and goddesses, but I just don't want to start worshiping them or working with them at this time because I am still so new in the craft, so I don't really have any that have called to me or any that I feel called to at the time. But I do work very closely with angels. I've always heard and seen angels, and now I'm starting to learn how to call upon them and work with them in magic, so it meant a whole lot to me when I learned that angel Wicca is a thing and that it's perfectly normal to be able to practice that and work with angels in your magic. Next question is, element you most connect with and why? Water. I do believe that I have a past life in Atlantis, so I've always felt really at home in the water, near the water, around the water, everything of the sort. What are your favorite incense? Nagchampa is my all-time favorite, but I do also love lavender and sage. Those are always my go-tos. The most random item on your altar. So I do not have an altar currently, and that's because I live with my parents and I do have a baby, so 98% of my stuff is taken over by baby things, but I do have this tiny little end table dresser in the corner that I've dedicated to all of my magic stuff, and I try to keep it as very clean of random things as possible, but the most random thing I have on there is this crystal skull. And I say it's random because I did not buy this. This was not gifted to me. I found this guy. It came to me, and I love that. I don't know what it is, but I swear every time I look at it, it changes. So if anyone knows what this is, let me know, because I love this little guy, and he's been with me for, I'd say, about the past year. What is your favorite witchy show or movie? Movie, The Craft. It's so cute. It's like Clueless with witches. And favorite show is Salem. I learned a lot from Salem, even though it is fictional. I did learn a lot. It helped me start to feel more comfortable within myself. And I mean, have you seen that show? Okay, what are your favorite forms of divination? Tarot, obviously, crystal ball scrying, and the pendulum. What element do you work the most with? Water, water magic, sea magic. I do occasionally use candles, but for the most part, I'm all about the water. What 3 things would someone need to summon you? Initially I said coffee, weed, and chocolate, so coffee, give me a good cup of coffee, roll me a good blunt. I'm gonna change chocolate to brownies though. So if you put out in a circle a good cup of coffee, a nice freshly rolled blunt, and a fresh batch of brownies, I am more than willing to work with you for whatever you need. Does your sun sign portray you? If not, do the others? Not really. I am a Leo sun, Cancer moon and rising, and I do identify way more with the Cancer side of myself. I've never really felt like a Leo. I do have Leo tendencies, Leo qualities. Clearly I do YouTube, but I've just always felt so much more Cancer. Like everything across the board is way more Cancer to me, so I mean, I'm a Leo, and once it hits Leo season, like right now, I feel my authentic Leo self, but it's only when I'm in Leo season. For the rest of the year, I feel Cancer. Season you connect the most with? Autumn, fall, as it is called. I grew up in the Midwest, so I do feel very connected to autumn. I love when the leaves change and it gets cooler, and it's just a great feeling. Place to refresh your spiritual energy? The beach, always. Growing up, I would go down to the beach by myself, take, at the time it was cigarettes, and my journal, and just sit there and write for hours, collect things, walk along the beach by myself. I've kind of done that the whole time I've been in California growing up, spending all the time I can at the beach because it makes me feel so much better. And metaphysical shops, I always feel so great going into metaphysical shops. Favorite grounding method and why it helps you? I call it photosynthesizing, and this is super weird. I don't know anybody else that does this, but what I like to do is normally cast a circle, right? But use water. Go out to the grass barefoot, cast your circle with water on the grass, fill in the circle with water, stand barefoot in the circle, put water on your palms and on your forehead, face the sun and absorb that sun energy through your palms, through your forehead. Feel the energy of the sun and the universe above you flowing through you into your feet, into the ground. It's a great way for me to feel grounded with Mother Gaia, and that has always been my favorite grounding method, although I don't do it as much anymore because we don't have a yard, but that's my favorite for sure. Kind of moon you connect with and why? Definitely the new moon, so renewed energy, starting off fresh. I don't sleep much during the new moon, so the 3 days before the new moon, and the 3 days after, pretty much the whole week of the new moon, I do not sleep. I get a lot done. I feel amazing. The full moon on the opposite side of the spectrum really tires me out. I feel exhausted. For some reason, I just don't vibe with the full moon. When you die, what do you think will happen to your soul? I believe that we have to go through a set number of life paths to graduate, so to speak. So I think, I've lived a couple lives. I'm going to live a couple more lives until I've done what I'm here to do and go on to be the final divine being that I believe we will all achieve. Um, biggest witchy pet peeve. Okay, so as a new moderator, I have 3, and the first one is recommending cutesy tarot decks to beginners. You guys have all heard me talk about that one endlessly. The sage appropriation conversation, I can't stand it. Use it or don't. Believe in it or don't. We can sit here all day and throw articles back and forth talking about why it is or isn't appropriation. Don't let anyone bully you into using or not using sage. Use it if you want to. Don't use it if you don't want to. It's the end of that, all right? You run your own show. And taking from the Fae without leaving offerings. This one bugs me a lot because people will always find things and take them without leaving offerings, and then when I ask if they left something for the Fae, they say either they don't believe in the Fae or they don't work with the Fae. That may be, but that Fae still left that there for you, and the fact that you took it and kind of disrespected them shows why they're messing with you. So you brought that on yourself, and you can't get mad at me for telling you you should have left an offering. And message for the group, I would say, this is a safe place to be your authentic self. So Brittany did a wonderful thing creating this group for us so that we can be our true authentic selves, feel at home, feel like family here. Even though it is such a big group now, we try our best to really make it feel as welcome as possible. So if you guys are ever feeling like you're kind of left out, or you're too afraid to talk about something or too afraid to ask something, just know that we've heard it already before. Like, no question is ridiculous. If you really need to know, just ask it in the right way, and we will do our very best to help you out, okay? Because we're not scary. I tell people this all the time. We're not scary, guys. We're weirdos, all right? We know you're weirdos. We are weirdos. We are all weirdos together, all right? Our group chat is so ridiculous. And I just want you guys all to know that we are here for you, all right? That is what we're here to do. We're not just here to run the group with an iron fist. We are all here to help each other learn, and I think it's a beautiful, wonderful feeling. So I really hope you guys like that video. I was doing a YouTube outro, but I hope you guys have a beautiful, wonderful day wherever you are when this video reaches you, and have fun meeting the other admins, guys. Bye!